All right, chat. Let's go. All right. Well, it is Monday, November 24th. You are watching the Coin Zone. I'm your host, Crypto Paul. I hope you have a great weekend. Like Ultra Justin just said, guys, smash that like on the way in. Make sure to sub to the channel here on the Coin Zone. Now, why don't we get right into today's topics? Because a lot happened over the weekend, guys. A lot did. All right. A lot of stuff involving our favorite layer one blockchains. We had an incident we covered on Friday with Cardano. But now, something else, guys. Breaking news. This is from Cointelegraph. Alert: over 400 NPM packages, including key ENS and crypto libraries, were hit by a worm-style attack, sealing dev credentials and wallet keys, guys. This is not good at all. Not at all, guys. GM friends, good morning. The Oracle 30, the Oracle Ultra Justin. You guys are the freaking best. Just waiting for Chief the Yorkie to tap in as well. We got the trio. You guys are always here. I love you guys. And stick around because, we're going to try to do something fun for you guys. Maybe if it's like, discussion between just you and I, maybe a Coin Zone shirt, etc. But stick around, guys, because, personally, I love you guys. I love going live. I love doing this. I love talking about crypto. And when I can engage and you guys comment and there's a back and forth, it makes it so much more fun for me. So I appreciate you guys tapping in and interacting. But let's get right to this article from Cointelegraph, who I did have a tweet about this weekend. I was very unhappy with Cointelegraph about how they decided to cover the situation that happened on Cardano. A lot of publications, media outlets decided to publicize crap, complete bullshit, for lack of a better word. And, guys, I'm a passionate guy. You guys know I'm a big fan of Cardano. I try to not be biased. I try to hold back, etc. But I got a little Charles Hoskinson in me this morning and over the past weekend. A couple tweets I sent out because some things aggravated me. But, just to boil it all down before we break into this EVM situation with Ethereum, why don't I just do this real quick, honestly? So let's just view a couple of my tweets. Why don't we just go here? Okay. Real fast, guys. Just a recap of what's happening over the past weekend. Okay. I'll say it again for the people in the back. If you work for a media company and publicize articles or even just tweets that are completely false, knowing it is wrong or false, you have zero integrity or morals and you suck at your job, which seems to be a lot of people here in the Crypto X world. You guys are all scum. A little based on this Monday morning so far. I have no problem sharing my opinions on that. I have zero respect, integrity for anybody who goes on X, a live stream, Instagram, whatever it may be, makes a YouTube video, and publicizes something that they know is false. I don't respect people like that. When I chop it up with you guys in these live streams, I'm never pushing an agenda. I'm never covering something that I know is false, but I'm just covering it just to get clicks or views or likes or something. That's not the game we play here in the Coin Zone, guys. We're trying to educate. We're trying to build a community. We're not trying to shill and dump our bags on you guys. That's never what it is. So, I would just be a little cautious when you see and read some of these things because, this was 21 minutes ago. You have independent individuals doing their own reports and articles about what happened with the situation with Cardano over the weekend, which, by the way, guys, did not go down. Chain did not go down. Nothing got hacked. So same old ADA. A Nakamoto consensus, but proof of stake style blockchain. That is extremely hard to do. So hard to do that even Anatoly Yankovenko of Solana decided to point this out and give props to Cardano. Do you know how big that is, guys? Let me just point that out. I'll find this real quick for you guys, and then we'll get to it. Because look, man, I did tweet a couple times over the past weekend about ADA because you guys had me in my feels a bit. I was a little PO'd. But let's find this tweet. Maybe I passed it. I probably passed it at this point. But I appreciate you guys tapping in. If you guys haven't liked this video yet, make sure to do that. So here we are, guys. This is Anatoly Yakovenko, co-founder of Solana, or founder. I'm going to go out on a limb and actually say this is pretty cool. Nakamoto-style consensus without proof of work is extremely hard to build. The protocol functioned as designed in the presence of bugs. We're talking bugs, guys. We don't mean these freaking Florida bugs. Or if you live in Australia. No, we're talking about software bugs, guys. Okay? We're not talking about freaking insects. Shout out to Bill Gates. All right? Vaccines, mosquitoes. It's conspiracy time. Just kidding, guys. Yeah, a couple more tweets just to give you guys an overview on exactly what happened and how I feel about this. So we have a lot of idiots completely posting things, saying false things that they had to walk back what they're saying, delete their tweets because they got so much hate and community noted, etc. So one last thing, maybe we'll go from here and then we'll talk about Ethereum. Not to keep you guys waiting, but yeah, let's just get into it actually right now. Yeah, quick update on everything that happened with ADA. In my opinion, guys, this is a positive thing in my eyes. The chain was tested by someone who could be going to jail possibly. There was a crime that was committed. Okay? This person owned up to it, tried to walk back their steps because I believe they realized the big mistake that they made. However, Charles believes that this was a personal attack. What was targeted was Charles's stake pool. And this person has been in ADA since the early days. So there's a little bit of personal things going on here, right? Now, again, guys, a crime was committed. And within a day, the community, the three founding entities of ADA, and the stake pool operators all got together, forked the chain, kiboshed the issue, outed the guy who did it. Blockchain didn't go down. Nothing bad happened. ADA continued to run. And here we are to this day. So tell me what's bad about that. Chief the Yorkie, what's going on today? Good morning, everybody. Glad to see you, brother. Talked about you before you hopped in. Now that you're here, the trifecta is complete. We can all continue now. Let's get moving. All right, guys, let's talk about this. Let's get to it. All right, NPM supply chain attack compromises crypto, major ENS and crypto libraries. Okay, so a researcher warned that more than 400 NPM libraries, including at least 10 crypto packages mostly tied to ENS, were compromised by Shai-Hulud malware. So a major JavaScript supply chain attack has compromised hundreds of software packages, including at least 10 used widely across the crypto ecosystem, according to research from cybersecurity firm Akito Security. In a Monday post, Charlie Erickson, a researcher at Akito Security, shared the names of over 400 packages that showed signs of infection with the Shai-Hulud self-replicating worm malware used in the ongoing JavaScript NPM library supply chain attack. Erickson said he validated each detection to avoid false positives. Okay, many of the cryptocurrency-related packages involved receive tens of thousands of downloads per week and have numerous other packages that require them to function in an ex-post. Erickson ultimately Ethereum ENS team that server were affected. So this is not good, guys. ETH being affected, ADA being affected, Cloudflare being affected last week, Java, like all these issues, guys. At least the ADA community responded quickly and efficiently. Hell yeah, absolutely. And they did, for sure. The thing is, guys, you know, that we have to be realistic about where we're at with crypto, with blockchain, with the technology. Now, we want to pretend like this space has been around, things are figured out. It's not the case, guys. Even though Bitcoin's been around for 14, 15, 16 years, etc., whatever, 16 years, I guess, at this point. That was just one project, and it didn't take until a couple of years ago to where the world said, okay, yeah, we get it. This thing's legit. So from a rational standpoint, guys, we are still very early on in the infancy stages when it comes to crypto. And I know that might sound weird because, again, Coinbase has been around since 2012. XRP's been around for a while. Litecoin, Zcash, a lot of projects have been here. The space has been here. But again, a lot of growing pains, clarity, regulation, retail, institutions, boom and bust cycles. The whole history of this whole space had to happen to get to where we're at now. And there still is a lot more that has to happen. Number one, the biggest step that we're waiting for is the Market Structure Bill and the Clarity Act. I think that's going to be huge. So all of these things, guys, are just going to continue to push the space forward. And we need them, to be honest. These are important things. So, but why is this important when it comes to Ethereum? Why, how am I going to tie this all together? Well, Ethereum has been around since 2015, so around 10 years now. Microsoft, Apple, Google, a lot of these companies were big names, right? They got the name out there, started accruing revenue. Tons of awesome, positive things business-wise that contributed to their incredible success. But guess what? The first 10 years was just the first step, guys. That was the first brick being laid. Okay, Microsoft's been around since what, the late 70s? Do you think in 85 everything was accomplished? Shit, no. They had decades of more work to put in still. This is how I see this, guys. This whole thing is still being figured out. Ethereum, ADA, all of these cryptocurrencies have roadmaps. Now, things are not completed yet. So yes, guys, you are going to see things like this. But the point is, like what happened with Cardano, that will prove how effective, how efficient, and how decentralized these projects actually are. When you run into issues like EVM attacks or what happened with ADA, what happens next? Can you fix it? Can you endure that? Is the blockchain good enough to not go down? Is it decentralized enough? These things are really important questions, guys. So again, just because we are still so early on, right? All these projects, including Ethereum, still have roadmaps of things they need to accomplish to push the chain further, to better it, etc. It's all still being it's all happening in front of our eyes, guys. It's not like Ethereum's been here for 20 years. It's been 10, and it's just now recently, basically from an institutional standpoint, basically not even a average person standpoint, I guess, actually has accepted Ethereum as being a legitimate instrument of investing or a tool, or even people don't even understand what it is. I still know a ton of people, friends of mine, family, that's never even heard of Ethereum before. So the point is, guys, what I'm saying is we've got a long way to go. All right, if you're getting scared out of the markets and you don't think that this is a viable investment, and you don't think that buying and holding over the next 10 years makes sense, that's fine. I would disagree, however. I think over the S&P 500, over a lot of different other investments, even possibly real estate, guys. You have guys like Rajat Soni, even Grant Cardone, now completely switching, going to Bitcoin. Grant Cardone just closed his JP Morgan account to buy more Bitcoin. Okay, so the shift is happening. But for the average person to understand this, as the average person knows now that Apple is an incredible company because of their products, all you have to do is hold an iPhone in your hand for the first time and you got it. It clicked. It should have, at least. This is revolutionary. Those moments are going to start to happen in crypto, where the average person is going to start to be like, oh, wow, I get it. This is crazy. Like, yeah, we need technologies like this. I totally get how it makes sense. That hasn't happened yet, in large part. If it has, it's still small numbers. And if it did happen for you, you're probably watching this, you're probably tapped in, you're on Crypto X, you're watching stuff on YouTube. But we are still a minority, guys. As wild as that sounds, we are still a minority, not even in the United States, globally, everywhere. If you're in this space, you're ahead. Which again, I know sounds crazy to say, considering, I've interviewed people who bought Bitcoin at $60, right? I've interviewed people who bought Ethereum at $4. They were early then for those projects. We're still early now for the entire space, guys. Zoom out. All right. And again, to bring it home, listen, things like this are going to happen. Don't let it freak you out or scare you and think that the technology sucks, etc. No, guys. What you should look at is what happens with the response to situations and issues like this. Because guess what? This happens with the TradFi world all the time. We just saw with Cloudflare. AT&T went down. Verizon goes down. Countless, companies get hacked where their databases release all customer information. This happens all the time, guys. All the time. With companies as big as Microsoft. I've been working in tech for a long time. I worked for a tech company in 2019 where Microsoft went down. Do you understand how important this is? The services that Microsoft provides for businesses. Do you think businesses can afford to go down for even an hour? In some cases, no, they can't. So this has been an existing issue for a long time. And yes, it's still an issue on blockchains, but blockchains will be the technology, the developers, the etc. that will solve this issue at some point. Now, we already have examples of blockchains where it's going to be very difficult for this to happen, like Cardano, for example, like other ones, for example. And those are the ones that I want to focus on. Solana has updates coming up. Ethereum has updates coming up. Big upgrades coming. Now, you guys know how I feel about Solana. I don't hate. I like Anatoly Yakovenko. Like, I genuinely like him. I think he's a cool dude. I think he's smart. I'm just not a fan of the principles of Solana, and I think it has a lot of issues. Now, that's not me saying I don't think it's a good investment, or I don't think it's going to be here in 5 years. But for me, a lot of these issues what Ethereum's, facing right now, what ADA faced the other day, Sol has seen some of this stuff in the past. Sol has went down. Sol has countless hacks all the time, sandwich attacks. People are losing money on the Solana blockchain all the time. That's a fact. I'm not making that up. All the time. People get hit with sandwich attacks and their transaction gets stolen from them. That happens. Do you really think that makes sense to put the TradFi world onto that system? No. What makes sense is to build a system that actually works, where those situations, incidents don't happen. So again, guys, I'm not mad that this happened. This situation happened with Ethereum. I'm not mad it happened with Cardano. What I'm interested in is seeing what happens afterwards. What is the response from the Ethereum Foundation, from stake pool operators? What is the response from Emergo and Input Output Global and Cardano stake pool operators? This is the important thing, guys. It's hard to argue against blockchains and AI as the way of the future. Recently been using AI tool called Klein. Mind blowing how well it works, yet scared at the same time. Never heard of Klein before. Oracle, if you can, what is Klein? Interested to know what that is. Is it like a Grok or something? But anyway, just to say this, guys, if you are not using Grok interacting with AI, you're behind the buck. And, I want to make maybe I'll do a live on this, but the whole AI is a bubble thing to me is the most craziest narrative I've ever heard. Yes, specific stocks or cryptos could maybe be in a bubble because they're overhyped with genuine, not a lot of utility behind it. That's fair. That's normal investing. But to say that AI is not going to be a thing in 2 years, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. AI will fundamentally, and already is now, will change our lives in insane ways, dramatic ways. Our life in 5 years will not look anything like it looks like right now because of AI. Already right now, not even our grandparents, you and me are getting tricked by fake videos. That's just one little example. There's a gazillion examples of where AI is taking over. It's not going to stop. It's not going to slow down. Every single billionaire, millionaire, massive institution, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Tesla, NVIDIA, all building massive data centers for this all to happen. This is the direction we're going. So my advice to you is don't fight it. Understand what the hell is happening and try to profit from it. Because why not, right? The hell else are you going to do? Cry? Oh, Bill Gates. No. We're done with crying, guys. We're starting to build. Let's be building. Bob. Shout out to freaking Bob, guys. All right. Basically an AI paired pair programming agent. Meaning like, hey, AI, I'm talking to Grok. Hey, brother, can you create me a video with this and this and this, and it'll pair you with another AI that will create that video? Is that what you're saying? Because that's interesting. I like that. Yes. Beautiful. Really cool. I'll check that out. The Oracle. Appreciate it, buddy. Very interesting. But yeah, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. This tech's not going anywhere. The richest institutions and individuals in the world are building the infrastructure to be able to take advantage of this. Blockchain and AI. The President of the United States, one of the most powerful individuals in the entire world. What has he been saying and is saying and securing 20 trillion of investments for? Well, not all the 20 trillion, but most of it. Blockchain and AI. Trump has said, he's made it very clear. He's made it very clear. The way to get out of the inflation, the national debt in the United States, is to grow our way out. We're doing that via the big, beautiful bill, setting up the infrastructure to capitalize on AI and blockchain. That is what happened there. Well, my phone just completely zoomed out. I don't know why, but hello, guys. That was a little strange, but here we are on this Monday morning. And that's what's happening, guys. So, just pay attention. Just wanted to chop it up. I love coming on here and talking with you guys. It's always cool to interact and just kind of share my thoughts. I just kind of went on a tangent. Normally I have articles, tweets that we look at. We stay very scripted. Today, I just kind of wanted to kind of shoot the ish a little bit with you guys because, I'm a little, I'd say maybe slightly unfiltered right now, which is fine. So the thing is, guys, I want to point out, just to drive it all home here, maybe we'll wrap it up soon on this live. The point is, if you're worried about any of these things happening in the crypto space, I implore you not to worry. When I first saw ADA was hacked and ADA went down, which was false, which was not even true, I looked at it like, crap, did it? Because that's not good at all. That would be really bad. I would have to rethink a lot of things. But you have to understand that possibility is there. I'm not going into this thinking that I'm easily going to 10x my ADA. No. I've been holding ADA for over 4 years, guys. I've made money. I've lost it. I've put it into CNTs. I made money that way. I made money on SNEC. Told you guys, but, in large part, guys, you have to understand investing is investing. You can't invest money that you can't lose. You got to be wise and smart about these things. But at the end of the day, guys, that's just my 2 cents. Don't be upset about these things happening with ETH and ADA, the layer ones, because the amount of developers and extremely smart individuals trying to fix these issues, it's more than anywhere else. Okay, if you want to look at a top 5 paying jobs since 2022, something like that, it's a blockchain developer. It's a highly sought after job right now, guys. Highly sought after skill and talent. Blockchain development. We're gonna have an interview soon. All right, from someone from the BitTensor Tau communities, wrote articles about subnets. All these technologies are gonna do it, guys. I have faith in these techs to help us make our everyday lives easier, bring more power back to the people, and away from institutions and banks. So, appreciate you guys for tapping in. This has been another edition here of the Coin Zone with Crypto with Paul. It's Monday, November 24th, all right? I'll be back later today in the day for another live stream. So make sure to tap back in then. Maybe we'll stick to another script. I won't ramble as much as I did. If you guys like me rambling more over the scripted stuff, well, not scripted, but, you know, I have things that I want to go over. I kind of just talked today. If you guys like this style, you guys let me chat in it, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Cheat the Yorkie, the Oracle. If you guys like when I just kind of sit here and shoot the ish, slightly different, let me know. Maybe I'll do a little bit more of this per week. But yeah, guys, you know, I got a lunch break coming soon. Got a couple things to do, and then I will be back. But as always, I appreciate you for tapping in. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Thanksgiving is coming soon. So maybe the banner for my next stream here, you know, the style, the background, I'll put a little freaking turkey or something, spice it up a bit. Okay. We'll see what happens here, guys. I'll play around with this for a bit. But stay tuned. I'll see you guys again in a bit. Make sure to sub to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you haven't. It's Crypto with Paul. You're watching the Coin Zone. See you guys in a bit.